Hi, my name is Christal Yim, and I am from the United States, and I've been interning at PSCORE for 3 months now. I'm a Korean American, and I am preparing to go to grad school. Well, I was always interested in North Korea. As a child, I was taught that North Koreans need help, and I always thought that I would be involved. I envisioned myself being involved in helping North Korea in some ways in the future, be it through providing medical services or teaching English in North Korea, etc. And when I was looking into graduate schools, I began to have interest in the field of international law, and especially when I came across the notion that bilingual is a plus for international lawyers, and also that international law deals a lot with human rights issues as well. And so I started looking for humanitarian organizations where I can gain experience, perhaps somewhere that deals with helping North Koreans. And I found PSCORE online and applied for it, and I've been interning for 3 months. I immediately found PSCORE very attractive, as I saw it as a mining field for me to gain a lot of, obtain a lot of valuable knowledge and insights into what work has been done and what work still needs to be done in varying aspects of helping out North Korea. My experience at PSCORE has been completely rewarding. I learned a lot from the experience, especially from translating a lot of materials, including grant proposal writings, North Korean news and memoirs, and some of the keynote speeches that were presented during the North Korean Human Rights Seminar. And I also had the chance to interview interpret a couple of interviews inquiring about the director, Mr. Kim, about his views regarding the current conditions in North Korea, and also regarding Korean reunification, among other things. I was always aware of the serious conditions in North Korea in terms of food shortages and healthcare, a lack of healthcare, and I was also all for Korean reunification. And throughout my time at PSCORE, I was able to learn in great detail as to why North Korea is as it is, and how grave the human rights situations are in North Korea. In regards to Korean reunification, I learned that it is not just about the two Koreas, but it also involves other prominent nations such as China and the United States, and that their diplomacy can very much affect the reunification process. Oh, sorry. But it also, okay.
No, just keep going. I can edit it.
But it also involves other prominent nations such as China and the United States, whose diplomacy can very much affect the outcome of the reunification process. But most importantly, I learned that the best way to eradicate the human rights problem that currently exists in North Korea is to achieve successful reunification of the Korean Peninsula, and I believe that's what the majority, if not all, of North Koreans want. Well, first of all, PSCORE is a huge proponent of the enactment of the North Korean Human Rights Bill in South Korea. It even hosted a seminar about it with the Korean Ministry of Unification. And PSCORE recognizes the importance of the North Korean human rights law being established in South Korea. If the bill is passed, then the law can give leverage for the South Korean administrators to act upon some of the well-known human rights violations done against North Korean defectors wandering in different countries, such as human trafficking. And secondly, PSCORE has substantial number of contacts with North Koreans who still live in North Korea, as well as those who are outside of North Korea. And the director himself is a North Korean defector. And so they have access to first-hand accounts of human rights violations happening in and outside of North Korea. And by relaying those information, PSCORE, I think, serves as the voice for North Koreans whose human rights need to be protected. And thirdly, PSCORE also seeks to empower North Korean defectors by coordinating free private education for those young and old North Korean defectors who desire to improve their knowledge base in various subject areas. And as the old adage says, knowledge is power. And by empowering the former North Korean defectors, I believe PSCORE is indirectly also building a defense base composed of people who would undoubtedly seek to defend the human rights of North Koreans. I personally enjoyed eating lunch with the PSCORE staff members. A couple of them, which includes a couple of North Korean defectors as well. And I always enjoyed listening to their life experiences in North Korea. And their story was always amusing to hear because they told their stories with a cynical attitude toward the North Korean government, and interacting with the PSCORE staffs, exchanging jokes and laughing together, and making new friends and networking are among the best memories I had at PSCORE. And one of the worthwhile tasks I have performed was interpreting the testimonies of 3 North Korean defectors as they shared their testimonies to a group of Australian teachers who visited PSCORE. And it was most rewarding most rewarding to see those foreigners tearing up and empathizing with the North Koreans, and I felt that I was being able to bridge. I felt that I was being the bridge between the two nationals, and both parties really appreciated that they were able to communicate from their hearts. This is a great opportunity to gain knowledge and insights if you have a heart for North Korea. And Korean food is delicious and healthy for the most part. And you'll enjoy each and every conversation that you will have with the people here, and especially if you know how to speak Korean. And if you do get the internship position, be sure to take ownership of what you do. This is your field to dig for the valuables that you seek. Good luck.